Hi, this is Chantal from the Purring Cat Studio, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you how I made this, I think you can call it a folio. I chose this type of closure, and what I used is a 12 by 12 Tim Holtz paper because I absolutely adore his papers. I cannot get over how gorgeous they are, and I love the fact that it's 12 by 12 because in this particular circumstance it's perfect for what I had in mind. So let me zoom out. That's a little much, okay? And I will go through this first one, and then I will show you how to make the base of it so that you can create your own afterwards. It's very easy, and you can of course tweak it, as we say. So I hope, before I start, I just want to say thank you for being here. I hope everybody is having a great summer, depending on where you are in the world. I'm guessing it's it depends on the season you have, but here it's finally summer. I'm off work for the summer. I'm very happy. I needed the break. I've been waiting for this time, and yet for some reason I am out of inspiration. I think it's the fact that the stress of the everyday life is leaving my body, so I'm exhausted. I want to sleep. I want to lazy around and watch TV. I watch a lot of Korean dramas. I'm in love with everything of the Korean dramas I see on Netflix. Oh my goodness. I'm even learning a few words. That being said, and also because it is summer and I'll be on vacation, I might be a little slower in my video, meaning not posting as often. I'm trying to keep it to once a week, but I might jump weeks once in a while because I just want to make sure I create good videos for you instead of just trying to fill the void, if you will, right? So if I take a break on a week, then you will have one the next week, okay? So like I said, this is done with a 12 by 12, and here we go. So you open this, and what I created here is a little notepad. I thought it'd be nice to have a few pages to write on. And then you unfold this part, and you have a little pocket to put ephemera. And I'll explain, well, I can explain now. See, I made the notepad here, and I made the top with a piece of fabric. And then this pocket is made with a piece of fabric, and then this side tuck is made with a piece of fabric. So there's like coherence, if you will, right? And this, of course, the side tuck has, or side pocket, if you will, is to put more ephemera for you to be able to write on. And then you open this. Actually, I have to say, there's also, well, no, you open it. Let's open it first. And I created this pocket. Now the circle might not seem perfect, and that is correct. I don't know, I'm sure it exists somewhere, to have a circle punch that goes very far into the paper. But the one I have, and actually I have two of them and they're the same, you have to be very close to the edge to make the circle. You can't make a circle like this in a paper that is already attached. Now, of course, I have a sidekick. So, and I do have a circle, so I could take a piece of paper and put it in the sidekick and, cut out with a die a circle in the middle of a page. But it wouldn't be this big because I have a very small die cutting machine. So if you have a big one, you could, but you'll see that it would kind of not defy the purpose, but I took a 12 by 12 page for a reason, because this was right up here before I folded it down and made a circle in it. So I'm not great at cutting circle, but nevertheless, I still think it's pretty nice just the way it is. And I inserted in it just a sweet little tag that I made. And I love that you can see the waxed seal through it. I thought this was really, really nice. And then this side of the other flap also has a pocket for more ephemera and more writing. And then when you open it, you have this little corner tuck to put more journaling cards. And I added a few little pages here. I just thought it'd be nice. You can just, write things here. You can glue pictures. You could glue a flower. You can do whatever you want with it. And another little side pocket for more ephemera to be able to write. So there's a lot of journaling space just like that. Then you close this back and you close this again and again and again, and then you flip over. On the back, I decided to make a belly band, and the belly band is really just a lot of different things, like stapled vellum, some organza-like fabric, all put on a piece of paper with another piece of paper with some sewing and another wax seal. I just like the richness, if you will, the interest in all the different details of this belly band. And this came from a kit, and I already had done this, and I thought, well, I don't know if it's a kit of mine or a kit I purchased, because in one of the kits I created, I do put a specimen thing. I'm not sure which one it is. So, because I buy papers from other creators and I also make my own. Oops, I unglued this, of course, because I'm showing it to you. I will glue it back later. So there you go. So this is the one I created. And here's how you can create your own. So what I did is I took my 12 by 12, and you'll see it is very, very easy. It's super easy. So let me try and see if I can, there, okay. So I've opened this one because I don't remember by heart. It was really out of the blue, if you will. Now, I kind of knew already that I wanted it to fold. Well, of course, I wanted it to be a trifold, right? So when you think about it, this is 1, 2, 3. However, if you want your folds to close properly, see, there's space here, right? And same thing here, whether I close it here, there's a space, which also allows for the tab. So whether I choose to close it this way or close it that way, it still works, because I didn't want this to come out or to be awkwardly, closed once I close everything up. So let me remember, I think my first fold was, I'll just remeasure, that's all. So 3, it's just like the line over the 1/4 inch. So let's say, so this is 12, and I went 3, a half, a 1/4, a line, just a line after the 1/4, and then the same thing on the other side. So instead of measuring from here to there, I'll just go right here and move my paper right there where I need it to be, like so. So 3, a half, a 1/4, and a line, and I'll make my line right here. So I know I have to make my folds right there. So I will do that first. I will take my, oops, my ephemera just fell out of my journal. That's okay. Okay. So first fold right here. I always find it difficult. I should have made the line up here because the lines are in the middle and I can't align myself with, I just want to see something if I'm there or not. Hold on. Yeah, that looks like it. Okay. You know what I mean, right? I made the marks right in the middle of the paper instead of aligning myself with on top there. So that was not super smart. Don't do as I do. Okay, miraculously, I kind of did it right. Kinda. Let's stick with that. Okay. Okay, so those are the first folds. Now, also, and you'll see it's very, very easy. So I want, well, actually, how about we just fold it? And you have to decide which way is going to be inside and which way is going to be outside. I think this is beautiful and I want it to be on the outside. So this will be the inside. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. So see how much space I have here? So it allows that depending on where you decide to make pockets and put tabs, or, you know, insert some tags, and then there's tabs on them, well, you're okay. You'll have the space to do it. And when it's all said and done and closed and you flip this over, none of it will show. Okay, so this is wider, of course, than the two other sides. Now for the other one, the other side, like this way, because it closes this way, you do want them to be able to join somewhat, right? So there's no gap. So the measures here, where's my ruler? I will measure again. So of course it is a 12 by 12. So we are at, for some reason it seems, oh yeah, probably a little shorter, maybe because no, it is 12 by 12. I don't know. I think I made it at 3. Is it? Yes, I made it at 3 and 9. That's right, I remember now. So that's easy. So 3 and 9. This time I'll make it on the edge, the upper. There you go. So 3 and 9. There. So 3. I'll go maybe 3 and 1 line. And then 9 and 1 line this way. There. Just so they, you know, to make sure it really overlaps. Okay, so now there was one time where I made a mistake and used the cutting part, so always make double sure that you have the scoring one in your hands so you don't ruin your work like I've done before. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you have this, and now you have this. And if I did it right, they should overlap. There, perfect. I love it. Oh, look how beautiful this is going to be. Oh, yeah, yeah, yes, yes. Oh, and it overlaps perfectly. You see? Just the right amount right here. It's perfect. Okay. All you have to do now, my friends, it is very easy and it's all up to you. You just need to decide what you want for flaps, what you want for folds or pockets, and this and that. So, for example, let's revisit the one I made. Oh my goodness, I'm dropping every ephemera in it. So for me, the way I did it the first time is this square here, I cut it here and I glued it to this part, and that became this right here. Okay, and then on this side, what I did was this one I cut completely off. Is that what I did? Yes. And this one I folded. I cut here, but I folded backwards, right? Because when you flip, it became this right there. Okay, so, and of course I cut this one and this one, and of course you can reuse them to make all kinds of things that go in the journal. Okay, I cut these two. This one I only cut the line here, and this one I only cut the line there. So I can redo the same. There's nothing wrong with the model I did, so why not do it so I can show you what I mean. Okay, so I use my trimmer to cut, because now maybe you won't see that, that's the only thing though, but on each trimmer there's these let me get closer, maybe I can at least show you. Okay, So do you see these lines here? So this is where the blade will stop, and this is your, cutting or scoring line. So all you have to do is align. Well, now you can't see for sure because now my blade is down there, but I will come and cut to you won't see that. Let me back up. I will come and cut to here. I rather that than the scissors because then I know I will make a mistake. So I will cut until the middle line here aligns with my fold. And now I know I cut perfectly. See? Like that. So this will be the pocket. And this one too. It's the same deal with this one. So I will align myself again, make sure where my other fold is, and cut until I reach this fold line right here. So we're not going to fold it this way, this one, because, oops, goodness. Okay, so this will be my pocket here, and I will probably make another window, and this will be my pocket here, just like the other one, which means I am left with this, hold on, with this part and this one to cut out. Or again, it's up to you. You don't have to do the same thing I did. You can decide that you have this cut out and this will become a pocket. You can make another pocket right here in the front with this. So let's see. Just for fun, before I cut the piece completely off, let's see if it would be something nice to do. Okay, so I will cut again until the fold line like this. So I know I want this the same way I did the other. I kind of like it, and I know I want this like that. So this will be, so let's say this, and this. Now I could decide that in the front, okay, now it's not going to fold properly because I haven't cut everything yet. Oh no, I don't like it. See, I'm going to cut it off because, so for this model, for example, when you close this, you close that, and my idea was that maybe the front of this would have a pocket, but I'm not in love with it, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep it the same way I did this one. So I will cut off this piece, and I will show you at the end what I'm left with. There. Okay, so I will also cut this top part because again I want to create the same kind of the same thing I created the first time. Yeah, I will cut it just because I don't want to confuse you from what I showed you at the beginning. If I was alone, I'd probably change it up. So once you create your own, you can decide I'm not going to do it the same way she did and do it your own way, right? But just for the sake of showing you what I did with the first one I just presented, I'm just going to show you what it looks like when it's all cut up and before we glue anything. There. I'm going to put this somewhere. Okay. So let's come back to our piece of paper. So this is exactly how I did this. This is the template. Okay, it doesn't look the same, but it will. So what I've done is I glued this right here, and that's the pocket. See, right here with the butterfly. That's this right there. Okay, and then this stays this way because I put a pocket at the bottom right here. And this is where I put my other pocket right here. And this is where I put my notepad right here. And this is where I did this right there. And that's it. And then I folded it and folded it, or folded it, and then like this, and like that. Now my folds are not pressed enough. I will use this later to make them all nice and crisp, but that gives you the idea of how I made this one. And then you decide how you want to attach the journal. You could put eyelets with just 2 ribbons that you tie right here and make a nice bow. Could be just a ribbon around it. It's really up to you. You could use also the pieces that we've cut and create, I don't know, maybe a side, cut it in diagonal and make a corner tuck for the back, or a belly band like I did on this one. It's really up to you. And as you can see, it's super easy. Now the only thing I'm realizing is I think this, for some reason, I didn't cut it right, so I can see that it's blocking this from folding properly. So I will just trim it later. But aside from that, that's pretty much it. I just cut it for a second. I know this speech might seem weird. I just cut the video because I also want to tell you that because they're cuts and folds, sometimes there might be a little trimming to do. So it happens if you don't want anything to come out, like I can see that I cut next to the fold line, and that's okay. You can always just trim a tiny bit before you glue anything down. So I'm going to do it right now just to show you. There you go. Okay, so now everything should fold a lot easier. Oops, that's the that's the bottom. There you go. And then there. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. And then of course make sure that your folds are nice and crisp before you glue anything. Make sure that there's no little things that are not cut right. I'm losing my words. Sorry. And so yeah, and that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. I don't think that we need to necessarily decorate this one together. This will be another project I'll do aside. And I just thought that this was really nice. And again, please remember, before you cut this one and this one, decide. Maybe you want this pocket here to be done with the bottom one, and vice versa for over here. Maybe the pocket here, you want it inside. It's really all up to you. But just keep in mind to make, this side and this side a tiny smaller than the middle, so that when you do fold things, everything goes inside really well. Okay, so that's it for me. I hope it was a tiny bit informative, at least. I hope you maybe learned something, or you're inspired to do the same one. I mean, I could have gone a little more in details, on how I did these things, but I think essentially, I mean, it's not too hard. It's really like a bunch of pockets and such, right? So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've learned something. And if you have things that you would like me to show you, please feel free to comment and tell me if there's something you really want to learn how to do. Just put it in the comments here, and I will see what I can do. I will see if it's something I know how, and I will gladly show you how. On this, I want to say thank you for watching. Please don't forget to press the like button. It really helps my channel grow. It is free. It is a way for you to help me out as an artist and as a YouTube creator. So pushing the like button is super easy. Commenting is even better, and sharing my video is the summum of help you can give me. On this, I give you a great big hug from here in Nova Scotia, Canada. I hope you're all happy, healthy, and safe. And I say thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye. Bye-bye.